Hey, how's it going, boys? What is up? So it's back once again. For this time, we have the fire favorite Guild War thingy, where I usually share like what changes did I do with my OTKs, for Guild War EX Plus and stuff like that. So I know this was a little bit late because unfortunately I totally forgot about it, and as you can see, it's not live on chat or whatnot. I didn't actually do this. I didn't really do this on stream or any shape or form. So yeah, I totally forgot about doing this because I spent most of my time streaming in the whenever those days that I actually do stream. Like last few days or this entire week or so, I've just try to spend as much time as I can in this current magfes in order for me to finish up a lot of my farm when it comes to malice farms. So chef malice, the new animus code, animus core rather, not code. For some reason I keep calling it code, but yeah, that thing. And then there's also the pyronesis thing, which is kind of the thing I'm working on right now. So the ones I've actually finished is the so-called Anima Animus Core, and then Chef Malice. I did all that, so that's why I haven't totally forgot about doing this altogether, because I actually already did set up my OTK, which is kind of I did change it a little bit, but I already kind of settled. I managed to get a one button setup. All this. I mean, I think the only way to really get 0 buttons is super tough, especially when you're a Magna user. So I just say fuck it. I was originally just thinking of just going with the whole 2 button setup, but then I was like, oh wait, I could actually achieve that 1 button setup. Okay, so let's do that, which I did manage to. I do not have the ship buff right now. I do not have the fire ships thingy up at all. I am only going to do that during the Guild War itself, and it is not Guild War yet, so I'm not doing that. So I'm just gonna share with you guys what I did or what I changed from. I'm not sure if I even have a video for this element before. Honestly, I can't remember. If you probably seen it before, or if you're on stream, you see how my OTK was. Yeah, it's not really the greatest at all. And yeah, some of you guys probably mentions yeah, if you had Shion, you could probably go with that. But I'll get into the whole changes thing later. I'm just gonna show you guys what I did so far. So as you can see, before this, I was using another sword type of class, which was the likes of Relic Buster. I actually just left it as Relic Buster because technically Relic Buster does have a very nice innate raw attack damage in comparison to the likes of Chaos Ruler. But the reason why I decided to try out as well with Chaos Ruler is the fact that I do not have any skills included in here. As you can see, I do not have any skills. In other words, that I can actually just enable full auto and you automatically press the first skill on Trumpet Emoji, whatever her name is. I can't really pronounce the name at all, so I'm just going to call her Trumpet Emoji. So it automatically casts her first skill, which essentially gives you 70% of your meter, which allows you to OTK. So that's the only thing. So this is the real reason why I decided to switch up and just try it out. Apparently it works, because before this I decided to put my Trumpet Emoji in slot number 4. It's just so that it's very, very easy for me to click the first skill or click any skill basically, because it's kind of how do I say it? This is more for when I play this game for so fucking many hours already, so it's just more the muscle memory to click a specific character skill is already embedded in my fucking my arm, whatever. Yeah, muscle memory shit, where it's very, very easy for me, even without me even think. It automatically I will just have my mouse position to be at that part. That's why it's actually not honestly that bad for me if I use the other one. But yeah, I decided to try this out a little bit. It's still okay. I'm just usually, here's the thing, I know a lot of people may say this strat is actually better when it comes to just click full auto, bam, done, right? The reason why I'm not sure if I actually explained this to be like before, like in the previous like videos or whatnot. But the reason why I prefer not to is the fact that I don't really have like the tendency to really stay in focus, especially when I'm doing the literal same shit for hours till end. I'm very certain at some point I'm just going to lose focus altogether, where I'm just going to I have my mind will just wander around. So a lot of times whenever that happens, if I were to use the you know what, I'm just gonna show it to you guys. It's honestly much easier if I just show you guys beforehand. Okay, so I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna use Shiva, bam. I'll show you the grid later, don't worry. So here's what I meant. So like, if you were to press full auto, right, you would have to click the orange button the moment the first button was triggered. So like this. So like that. Once that's triggered, you have to press this already, right? So bam, boom, done, right? Okay. So the thing I don't really like is the fact that there are times where I'm quite certain there are times like this actually happened to me already, where my mind just wanders, you know, maybe I'm like talking with Chan or whatever, where I just totally forget to press this, and you see it just automatically continues on pressing. So in a way, I am actually losing some time in a way, right? Because I am pressing essentially extra buttons for no reason. So yeah, that's why I don't really like that too much. But anyways, so this is like what I did. So that's basically like the gist of my OTK right now. So what I decided to have is the fact that I am not really using AES or whatnot. I essentially am just using the stuff that I had before, and the reason why I don't really want to go with AES as well is the fact that I prefer not to find the likes of like double Colossus or whatnot, because my friends list is mostly filled with Shiva, so I would rather just stick to having Shiva. Shiva is like 100 times much easier to find as for friends and whatnot. It's like a very, very super common summon these days. So that's why I would rather just, you know, have like a proper Shiva lineup instead. So a lot of times where I don't really care too much about like, you know, having like crit or whatnot. So I'm just going with like, you know, just plain old damage and whatnot. Which is why I decided to have like 2 of these sticks. Because these 2 were, I think these 2 like were kind of given, I think. Yeah, I don't remember. I really remember 1 were given, but I don't recall if I had. No, I think it was. Yeah, I don't really remember, but it should be like these 2 sticks were actually given from like you know, part of the like rewards from like the Granblue fast streams or some shit. I don't really remember which ones in particular, but yeah. So decided to also use this Shiva stick because, you know, big, very big, large, whatever stamina, and then you get extra stamina from here as well. So it helps. I prefer to use skill cap because, as you can see, I am kind of scaling it off very, very heavily on skill damage on my current setup. As you can see, this guy is skill cap. You know, this guy has an extra nuke. This one has an extra nuke. And because I'm also using this Ushuo Mongol, whatever you call this fucking sword is, basically this is also in other words, this sword is from Proving Grounds. If that's what you're wondering, you can also grab them from Daily Point Shop, whatever. If you haven't gotten them yet, this is probably one of the best OTK sword to have anyway. It's such a good fucking weapon, and so because it does actually do extra nukes. So that's why I would really prefer to have like the skill cap here. And also you do get extra skill cap here. So the other thing that I have probably that you may be wondering, yes, I do have an Ixaba here. I tried using other shit, but then again, I did bar this up like, I don't know, years ago. I really can't remember when the hell did I do it, but it was a long time ago that I decided to bar this Ixaba. And honestly, having 1 Ixaba did help me a lot because this definitely increased my damage like a fuckload. So like for example, if I were to like say I just say fuck it and just do like a Xeno. Honestly, Xeno is actually a bad fucking example. What do I have? I don't really know, but like it gives you quite a big jump. That's why, like, I mean, that to put it simply, it gives you like such a huge jump because as you can see, this I do not really have like any normal mods in here. Like, I did not originally have any normal mods in here, and I do not have the likes of like, yeah. So it just gives like a fuckload, and you know, because it's fucking massive, right? You get such a huge extra perk just for having just one of these. And before this, I originally had the issue where I had the lack of cap to actually do what I was actually aiming for. Because the ones that I'm using is like, obviously I already have, excuse me, I already have like my Michael maxed out. And I'll just put like all stat sticks. My Hades is literally like the best stat stick right now anyway for attack. So I decided to put that in along with Belial and yeah, the sun and all that shit. So originally I wasn't really like, I did not have a lot of cap, right? So I was wondering what the hell I should like add in, because I thought I was not capping properly when it comes to like the nukes, but apparently my damage was very, very consistent. And plus this is without the fire ship, okay? So this is without the fire ship buff. So I thought my damage was very, very inconsistent. So what exactly happened is that I had another stick. I was originally using like the likes of this tree Colossus stick. I had three sticks. I was even trying out the likes of like the Rise of the Beast Katana, for example. It did not work out, but for some reason, I think I remember this was given by chat. It's like, I think he was like joking around or whatnot too. He's like, why don't you just try Ultima? Because you know Ultima is like not really being fully utilized a lot these days. And then I was like, wait a second, you're actually onto something here. So if you guys didn't know, if you guys totally didn't know, or more like totally forgot how Ultima works, the way Ultima works is that the first skill is based on the characters that are having this specific weapon proficiency. So this is a Ultima sword, which in other words, if any of your characters has, well, sword proficiency, they will get the buff. Like, because I am setting stamina right here, so they will get the buff. So, and then it came to my mind as like, wait, MC is sword, yes. Siegfried is sword, and Lancelot and Vayne is also sword. So I was thinking, wait a second, that can actually work. So it doesn't really matter if it didn't really trigger, like the skill doesn't apply to the likes of trumpet emoji, because trumpet emoji is already like having unworldly Ogi or whatever, so it doesn't freaking matter. She's already capping as it is. So I was thinking, yeah, because you know what, I do not exactly have this Ogi cap, so having this plus, because as you can see, it doesn't stack, right? So having like Ogi cap and skill cap is probably gonna help me, and whole and behold, it actually really did. And the damage is pretty good. It has been pretty consistent, as you can see. I did try quite a few times already before I actually started recording. So yeah, it is pretty legit. So as you can see, it's very, very helpful. So I'm just gonna show it to you guys again. I guess this is without refreshing. So I'm just going to do this. Press one button, bam. I did also notice that MC's damage does go up and down a little bit, because as you can see that MC is attacking without debuffs. And don't forget that the Proving Ground sword that I'm using as main hand also debuffs. That's why like the likes of like trumpet emoji should not have like problems capping or whatnot. So that's why it's not really that bad. Like, I'm already capping as it is, so like, yeah, and shit. So it's pretty consistent at the moment. It's like, it's a guaranteed kill. Plus, like I said again, I do not have the fire ship buff at the moment. That's why it's not really that bad. So if I'm losing out on damage a little bit, like say for example I'm leaving it like maybe probably, if worst case scenario, it could possibly be like 1 or 2%, but like probably because my MC just falls behind. Because I did test out a while ago as well where I think I did not manage to kill. Like, yeah, here for example, as you can see, my MC's damage is just shit. So when times like this, it's actually not that bad because as you can see, the damage on everyone else is actually similar. It's only just MC because you have to remember, MC is attacking without the likes of any form of debuff. And then I'm very certain with the help of the ship buff, you do get extra like 15% extra damage. This is excluding the whole crew skills thingy, you know, like the attack specs buff or whatever shit. So without that even, I'm very certain MC will be able to do it consistently anyway. So yeah, that's kind of like what it is. This is my setup. So I'm very certain you'll be wondering, like, I mean, it's a little bit late anyway, but I'm very certain if you need like a little bit of like tips, like how to like build or set up like a proper OTK setup, you could kind of just watch the VOD that like the thought process that I kind of like, you know, get behind when it comes to like setting up OTK. Just watch the VOD that I helped my friend, the whole coaching video thing. I think I did like a very, very long segment where I was just helping my friend trying to like do the whole his OTK setup. He did manage to get his OTK after all. I think he has upgraded it a little, like quite a bit already, because I did manage to help him get his opus done. So I think his opus is upgraded as well. He's gonna get like 5-star opus already now, so that's great. But yeah, the other main thing is the fact that you want to have your party, if your damage is not able to hit that high, so what you need to do is that you need to have like consistent damage. So like having some sort of buff, like have consistent debuffs and whatnot. Then obviously having the characters is also the key. So like, you know, having characters like obviously this tree, you know, like Shion, or even the likes of like Herles does help a little bit. You know, those that there are several other characters to name. I'm not really gonna put it right now because I think I'm already dragging this video a little bit too long anyway. So like, there are other characters out there. So like, if you actually think your damage is still not hitting up to par, like maybe you're not having enough cap or whatnot, you're technically kind of forced to like just go down with adding extra buttons when it comes to like just nuking the target, or if not, just making your damage more consistent. So you need to like extra buff, debuffs and all that stuff. That, or obviously the best solution is just pick a Shiva support summon, because that's probably the easiest one, where it just gives you a much bigger cap overall. It's just so you can actually hit that cap. So before you do that, make sure you just have like your buffs up, your debuffs, whatever, just to at least get your consistency down, and then just, you know, have your Shiva summon to actually help you overcap even harder. So obviously the other best one to have is just have like your Akaram, which is the sun for this particular case, because having the Akaram summon is just gonna allow you to cap so much higher, because it just gives you fucking a crazy amount of amplify damage and whatnot. And then obviously if you do have Michael maxed out, why wouldn't you not use that? Plus, once again, everyone should have Belial by now, because, you know, you could have picked Belial because everyone has a fucking free goddamn ticket, right? If you didn't pick Belial, well, not my fault. Belial is a fucking crazy summon anyway, but yeah. So having Belial is just gonna skyrocket your damage as well, because it is literally adding what's that, supplemental damage to every single kind of attack that you do. So like your Ogi itself adds damage, your skills that you're like the after nukes, all that stuff are actually being added on as well. So like, say for example, like You know, like obviously the best example I would say is like Shion, because you know Shion just fucking nukes like crazy. So having the likes of Bailer just adds every single one of the her literal damage input, whatever. It'll be supplemented, every single one of them. That's why it's so fucking she's so fucking strong. That's why. But yeah, that's I think I'm just gonna leave it right there, because I think I've been, like I said, I've been dragging this video a little bit too long. I'm honestly not sure why am I talking so much anyway. But yeah, this is the setup I went with, my one button setup for my OTK. You can probably you can probably share your own stuff in the comments as well. But like I said, this is what I have done. You probably could have even run differently as well. I think some people actually did like what's that, Rune Slayer, fucking main what's that, main hand Xeno weapons and shit. Yeah, you could do stuff like that, or you know, other setups. Yeah, you just go back to your Relic Buster. Relic Buster is always like the best, easiest way to get through anyway. But yeah, this is what I have. Hope you guys find this helpful in any way, shape, or form. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I appreciate it if you hit the like button, and as always, leave a sub and all the good stuff. And until then, I will see you guys next time or on stream. Guild War is in like soon. Alright, see you guys then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.